continues between Dalton's mayor and the village's board of trustees after multiple members did not attend tonight's monthly.
As the drama escalates with shady deals and dark secrets coming out of every corner, the Tiffany Henyard saga has spiraled into a full-blown controversy with pressure mounting. Many people are left wondering why she hasn't been arrested yet. However, things have taken a shocking turn when her own lawyer turned against her in a high-stakes meeting, revealing shocking information that left everyone in the room stunned. Only a standard legal conversation, but it was a turning point in the story that may change her destiny forever. The lawyer didn't hold back, revealing shocking information that threatened to destroy Henyard's meticulously constructed public image and expose her to legal repercussions. She has long avoided the confession made under the table, which exposes dubious acts and unethical behavior that cast her in a much more negative light than anyone had intended. Her supporters have been increasingly incredulous for months, unable to comprehend how someone so obviously involved in scandal could still be free in spite of all the damning evidence that has come to light. One unanswered question is why Tiffany Henyard hasn't been arrested and how she is still free when so many secrets have been revealed, her lawyer's betrayal exposing the depth of the corruption, and it's obvious that there are more layers to this web of deceit. With the public demanding answers and the legal system now having to face the enormity of the situation, it's difficult to ignore the possibility that her entire world could collapse at any time. Her continued freedom fuels even more suspicions. Are strong allies shielding her, or is the system just too broken to act? As more information comes to light, it appears that your time in the public eye may soon come to an end. With the stakes higher than ever, the walls closing in, and what was once an untouchable figure, can Tiffany Henyard continue to elude justice, or is the truth finally catching up with her? It might soon turn into a warning story about how even the strongest people can fail when their secrets are revealed.
I never was on the ship, the jumper ship. Always good.
Dramatic meeting in Dalton leads to even more controversy, this time over a new hire.
Not only did Mayor Tiffany Henyard make the hire without consent from the board, we're learning tonight.
Unquestionably, Tiffany Henyard has enlisted the assistance of two criminal defense lawyers who have a track record of handling high-profile cases, including some of the most infamous court cases in the nation. In the face of serious accusations, it is usually a good idea to hire a strong defense team. The kind of attorneys Henyard has selected has drawn criticism, particularly because she has continuously insisted on her innocence. The choice to hire such powerful and divisive individuals has led to much conjecture as to why she would require such an aggressive legal team. In actuality, she has nothing to conceal. Although Brinley was able to secure a fee for his client, his defense strategies were widely criticized for being extremely unethical, frequently blurring the lines of acceptable legal practice. Over the years, numerous claims have surfaced that Brinley used illegal tactics, including coaching witnesses to lie, tampering with evidence, and even attacking witnesses. Brinley is particularly notorious because he gained national attention for his defense of R. Kelly's former manager, who faced serious allegations of illicit activities and witness tampering. The controversy surrounding Brinley peaked in September 2015 when he was charged with 21 federal offenses, including conspiracy and obstruction of justice. While these tactics were unquestionably successful in some cases, they'd also raised serious ethical questions and had a lasting negative impact on his career. Prosecutors accused him of unethical behavior, including illegal witness coaching and evidence tampering, in 6 different instances in which he had worked as a defense lawyer. The resulting legal struggle was drawn out and controversial, and even though Brinley was ultimately innocent of the allegations, the case seriously harmed his reputation and caused many to doubt his integrity. Although his career has continued, it is now significantly damaged, and concerns weren't just raised by his actions in court. His conduct outside of the courtroom has also been questioned. A number of former clients have accused Hefty of fraud, saying that they paid him for his services but got little to no results. They claimed that Brinley didn't properly evaluate their cases, didn't follow through on them, or promises. Several of these unhappy customers have accused him of defrauding them of their money, leaving them feeling duped and abandoned. As these complaints mounted over time, Brinkley's reputation suffered more harm, and his actions came under closer scrutiny, but despite his contentious past, Henyard decided to entrust him with the defense. Henyard's choice to invite Brinley and another lawyer, Ed McDavid, to a public gathering in Dalton only served to intensify the uproar surrounding her case. What was first anticipated to be a sober conversation about her growing legal issues swiftly turned into. Brinley and McDavid started an ardent defense of Henyard in an attempt to place the blame for the continuous turmoil in the hamlet on others, turning the situation into a weird and combative show rather than dealing with the urgent legal issues at hand. Brinley in particular made several bold comments that shocked the audience, many of which were swiftly deemed to be untrue or deceptive. Among his most prominent and closely examined claims was his attempt to portray Henyard as the only victim in the whole circumstance, portraying her as the object of a concerted smear campaign alleging. Many people believed that the defense approach was seriously faulty and, in some cases, utterly false, accusing various trustees and officials of planning a concerted attempt to damage her name. Many observers viewed Brinley's attempt to shift blame to others as an attempt to manipulate the situation and distort the narrative in favor of Henyard, ignoring the larger picture of public outrage and mounting evidence against the claims that the trustees were responsible for the unrest. They also viewed this as an oversimplification of the complex issues at play, leading many to wonder if Brinley was simply making an effort to divert attention away from Henyard's own role in the dispute rather than providing fresh material or insightful analysis to support her claims. It sounded more like he was trying to belittle the folks who were voicing valid concerns. Even though he backed Brinkley's position, McDavid did not offer any important information or shed light on the main problems. Many attendees of the meeting began to wonder why the defense team was acting in the way that they did. Did Henyard really benefit from this strategy, or was it just a last-ditch effort to divert attention away from the severe accusations against her? The boldness of their remarks only served to increase the mystery surrounding Henyard's case, and it became evident that, despite their high level of expertise, her legal team was prepared to go to extreme lengths to defend her. However, as the accusations against Henyard mount, it is unsure if the plan will ultimately be successful, even though Brinkley's tactics may have been successful in previous high-profile cases. His contentious past clouds his current defense efforts, and the more he and McDavid try to deflect criticism from the accusations, the more their credibility is called into question, and it's evident that Henyard's legal battle is far from over. With the stakes rising, it's unclear what exactly is causing these well-publicized defense strategies. The only question that remains is whether their aggressive tactics will ultimately save Henyard, or whether the growing evidence and public outcry will ultimately lead to her being brought to justice.
Was canceled because there weren't enough trustees present, but Mayor Tiffany Henyard still showed up and appointed a new village administrator.
Despite the efforts of Tiffany Henyard's criminal defense team to defend her, her legal troubles have gotten much worse. One of the more obvious problems arose when Brinley, one of Henyard's attorneys, claimed that the board lacked the authority to call meetings and misrepresented the requirements of the Open Meetings Act, stating that a meeting could only be cancelled with 10 days' notice. Requires such notice when a public body modifies the schedule of its regular meetings, not when cancelling a single session. The situation worsened when Brinley boldly claimed that the board was in charge of Henyard's appointment of Keith Freeman as village administrator, but video evidence refuted this allegation, demonstrating that although a motion to approve Freeman's appointment was made, it was not seconded, meaning it failed despite this hearing. Ignored the obvious opposition of the board and went forward with the appointment. Moreover, Brinley falsely claimed that Jason House lacked the ability to sign checks, despite the fact that the village and county circuit court regulations make it quite evident that House did have this capacity. These falsehoods and misrepresentations raise important concerns about whether Han's defense team is paying attention to the main legal issues at hand or just avoiding responsibility rather than providing a strong justification for the growing charges, claiming that Henyard's personal attorney could stop certain acts. Brinley falsely implied that the courts, not her lawyers, had the authority to make those decisions. This resulted in an increasing number of people are questioning if Henyard's attorneys are actually trying to resolve the issue or if they are just using public relations to shield their client. At any expense, the village board continued to operate without Henyard's presence at the meeting where Brinley and McDavid presented their claims, but she did not attend the field house meeting to examine Dalton's finances. Stanley Brown, A board member and Henyard's ally made a public appearance during this meeting, but some people viewed his actions with distrust, according to Brown. Henyard's absence, combined with growing public criticism, revealed a leadership void in Dalton. Convinced him to go. Others cautioned against it, believing his presence would exacerbate tensions. This meeting took place only a week after Henyard tried to call an informal meeting without a quorum, naming a new village attorney and administrator, moves that were promptly rejected as unauthorized by the trustee. Quickly rejecting Henyard's actions, Jason House referred to the gathering as unofficial and noted that the board had not further confirmed the selections. Exposed the chaos and lack of coordination within the village's leadership. The village board's continued operations without Henyard only served to reinforce the feeling that her authority was quickly being undermined, leading many to wonder if she actually controlled Dalton's governance. As legal pressure and public criticism increased, Henyard's defense attorneys appeared more concerned with placing blame elsewhere than with addressing the mounting accusations against her leadership skills. More and more uncertain as the town continues to deal with the fallout from her controversial actions, the residents of Dalton are left wondering whether her time in office is coming to an end amid the ongoing scandal. Dalton's leadership crisis has shown no signs of abating, and her political future now hangs in the balance. The more her legal team tries to shield her, the more questions seem to be beyond their ability to answer. Remains uncertain as the village trustees attempt to address their community's financial predicament. During a recent trustees meeting, several important topics were covered, such as the municipality's financial crisis and possible layoffs. The village is having financial difficulties, and Tiffany Henyard, the mayor, has been at the center of multiple scandals in recent months. These scandals range from accusations of personal misconduct to financial mismanagement. The meeting's main topic was a dispute with the village's bank, which issued a 60-day notice due to signature discrepancies. The bank intervened when Henyard allegedly refused to sign multiple checks totaling millions of dollars, drawing the attention of political observers and the residents of Dalton, giving many people reason to doubt her leadership or actions and legal defense. Dollars to address allegations of village finance department misuse. Along with these financial concerns, the trustees temporarily stopped funding the meals and travel expenses of elected officials and employees in an effort to address the fiscal mismanagement at play. During their absence, residents expressed their displeasure with Henyard's leadership and demanded her dismissal. They'd also approved a temporary ban on travel and food reimbursements, changed the check's signature requirements, and issued 18 business licenses that had been revoked under Henyard's administration. In addition to other important choices, the board concluded a new fireman contract through 2027, blaming Henyard's prior leadership shortcomings and making things even more complicated. There are increasing legal issues regarding Henyard's administration, and Lee Lacey, the deputy police chief, is facing federal bankruptcy fraud accusations. Many of the locals attending the meeting conveyed their frustration with Henyard's leadership style, which increased her visibility and influence. One of Henyard administration's main problems is her alleged financial mismanagement. According to detractors, she misused public monies, resulting in a large budget deficit that was significantly bigger than first stated. Public trust has been further damaged by the Henyard administration's refusal to reveal spending data in contravention of state regulations pertaining to transparency. In spite of Henyard's acknowledgement of a $2 million budget, some people and trustees have called for increased accountability from the mayor's office. A lot of trustees think the real deficit is substantially larger. The alleged overspending by Henyard has only made financial concerns in the village. The VP revealed that between July and November 2023, Henyard and her administration spent tens of thousands of dollars on ostentatious items such as upscale dining, private shopping expedition, and first-class travel. One of the worst instances of extravagant spending was a 5-day trip to Austin, Texas, where Henyard and her top assistant spent more than $220,000 in public money. The bills showed that expensive dining locations and opulent hotel stays had been purchased together with sports riding clothing. These expenditures have angered locals who doubt Henyard's capacity to manage public finances responsibly, especially in light of the current financial crisis. Critics of Henyard's leadership have been made more concerned by financial scandals, pointing to her lavish spending patterns, budget imbalances, and disregard for local company licensing difficulties. The town accused Lawrence Gardner's trucking company of selling alcohol without permission. Gardner has refuted these allegations and prevailed in his lawsuit, adding that the administration of Henyard may have singled him out for other reasons, especially. At a recent village board meeting, Henyard remained resolute and accused her critics of politically attacking her, dismissing the charges against her as part of a smear campaign. She insisted that the accusations were politically motivated because local business owners were asked to donate $3,500 to the village gardener shortly after she took office. They're just one of many accusations that have cast a shadow over the administration. Despite growing evidence of poor management and a failure to address Dalton's financial problems, Henyard's decision to throw an $85,000 party for the Taste of Thorn and Township event in the midst of severe budget cuts has further angered locals. Critics accuse Ard of using public funds to boost her personal reputation. The $50,000 event included performances by rapper J&R&B singer Kesha Cole. Henyard and her team were found to have charged over $667,000 to township credit cards for out-of-town travel, including trips to New York, Atlanta, and Portland. The Henyard administration is currently under investigation for allegedly misusing public funds for private benefits, which raises even more concerns about the event, which was criticized as a failure by former Dalton trustee Valeria Stubbs, who noted that only about 70 people showed up since January 2023. Her misuse of public funds and possible fraudulent activity, the administration is presently dealing with a civil action concerning claims of sexual assault during a work trip to Las Vegas, and the growing controversies surrounding Henyard have also affected her inner circle. Henyard and a village trustee are named as defense parties in the April 2024 complaint. The plaintiff, a former assistant, told federal authorities that she was drugged and beaten following a supper with a trustee, notwithstanding the accusation. Keith Freeman, who has committed bankruptcy fraud, has insisted on staying innocent. Officer. Despite these accusations and the increasing number of court proceedings, Brian Miles, a member of Henyard's $1 million security team, has filed a separate complaint, further complicating the matter. While defending her conduct, Hannah maintains that she is the victim of a political ATT act and asserts that the trustee boasted about the attack in a FaceTime conversation concerning the Henyard scandal. Given her hiring of infamous attorney Bo Brinley, who has represented well-known clients like R. Kelly's former manager because of his dubious legal strategies, and P's role in the Henyard scandals, administration has been heightened. The public is strongly opposed to Henyard's defense, and incidences of witness fraud and tampering have generated serious suspicions about it. Many citizens are wondering if her time as mayor is over. Leadership, with numerous citizens and political analysts demanding her dismissal from office. The Dalton event stands as a cautionary tale about the consequences that can arise when public officials are not held responsible for their own acts. The village trustees have already started to take action to curtail her power, and the ensuing court battles will probably only make her administration feel more pressured to answer for the embezzlement of public monies and stand down. What do you think? Regarding Henyard's actions and the Ono issues surrounding her, her tenure as mayor has been tumultuous. As more information about the financial and legal issues facing her administration becomes available, her leadership's future is still up in the air. Does the story have more to it, or has she resigned? Please share your thoughts in the space provided below, and remember to hit the like and notification buttons to get more updates. This emerging topic. Until we meet again, thanks for watching Visual Vortex.